All right. Welcome, dudes, to episode 13 of Chat with the Optimist. My name is Mike, and today we are going to be working with Vector Inc. And let me adjust my camera a bit. Here we go. So today we're going to be working in a software website called Vector Inc., which is a vector-based software based on the name, you can tell. And we're going to be making a logo in it today. So very exciting. We're going to hop right into it as usual. One thing I want to comment is I really don't like this camera, like how close I am. I feel like it wasn't this way in the previous episodes. Like I felt like it was a little farther out. So don't know what's going on there, but we're managing it. Without further ado, let's hop right over. So welcome, dudes. If you have any comments, I'll read them out as we go along, but we'll jump right into it. And here we go. So this is Vectoring. It is a website. You can access it on desktop or laptop, and you can use this either you can download it or use it online. So in this case, I haven't seen a install app because we have Google Play. I wonder how that's going to work out. Let me switch my share screen. Here we go. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Wish there was an easier way to do this. Yeah, so I just clicked install and see it's like it's on the Google Play Store. So maybe you can do this on mobile or a tablet. But for now, we're just doing this on the computer online. So let's hop right in. I'm actually just going to share my entire screen. So it'll be easier and move myself down. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is Vector Inc. So we're going to jump right in. I just clicked Use App Online, and it opened up this new tab for me. And yeah, let's go. So we'll go to New. There's some tutorials, but it's going to throw us right in. And now I don't know what settings it is. It didn't let us choose our file settings. So let's check them out. Right off the bat, I like how simple this is. Just right-hand toolbar, left-hand toolbar. Just we have this little frame around our screen. I just wonder where the settings are. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know. But we do have a square, so that's good if we're making a logo. And the first tool we're going to check out is, of course, the pen tool. So right now we're on the mouse. We're in the top left corner. Let me see if you see it. Yep. So this is our standard mouse. We'll see this little mouse later. And now the pen tool is the main thing we'll be using inside a vector-based program. So with this, you can create dots followed by some lines. So I place a dot here, and if I place another dot, it creates a line. And with this, we can create a shape. So I'm just clicking dots, and now I'm going to connect it to the last one. And there we go. We made a pentagon. Now to change this and alter it, I'm just going to go to our mouse here. And let's see how we can edit it. Doesn't seem like right click is doing anything. But too bad it doesn't have the hover gradient tool. Or let's use this. So before we get into color, right now we have the shape here. So I'm on our standard black mouse on the top left. With this, we can just move it around and scale it up and down and rotate. So again, this mouse up here, it can move, translate, scale, and rotate. Now with the secondary mouse, the one that's shaped like a triangle, we can actually alter the points. So if you go to these 5 points here and we click, we can move them along to better shape this. Like right now, that was kind of funky. So let's make it like a true pentagon as best we can. There we go. This is looking better. More even. Okay, that's good. So you can edit those points. Now, I wonder, do we click and delete? No, it's not doing anything. Okay, so we can move around with this and edit the points that way. Now, I just did there is Control Z. So if you make a mistake, for example, I'm going to move one of the points like, oh God, this looks terrible now. I want to go back. We have the undo and redo buttons on the top. So we can undo that or redo that with this. Or you can also just do Control Z to go back for undo or Control Shift Z to redo. Some helpful tools there. Now, I think up here, let's see, fill color. Let's select this. And can we fill the color now? Yes. So up here seems like how we alter our shape color. So this circle up here is how we change the color. We have a whole color wheel we can move around. And then we have the tint and shade here for to make it darker or lighter for more mundane colors. Wheel, there's different ways to do this. Like we have a hex enter, we have bars, but I think the wheel's the best for you dudes. We also have a gradient, it looks like. Yep, we do. And we can change that. Not really do anything right now, but flat, gradient, or center. That's interesting. So center. So it's giving us like a inner gradient, and okay, interesting. I don't know how to change them. Blend mode. We're not going to touch that. Yeah, so that's the color. And what's this? This is the stroke. So right now we have like a black stroke, and let's make it like, say, a blue. It's pretty small right now, so it's very little difference. So let's see how to change the size. Oop, I just did something. Let's see. Picker wheel. Flip. No. I wonder how I got that size. Let's see. Okay, so I click this and exit out. Okay, so it opens up both. So if you just exit out the color, then we can change the width here to, let's say, not going up or down. Let's change it to like 10. It's not doing anything. Let's make sure we have this selected, and now let's go up. Okay, here we go. You got to make sure you always have this selected, whatever shape you're doing, before we change any settings. So we can make the stroke wider or thinner. We can dash it a bit. Not sure exactly what this is doing, but it doesn't look very important. The gap. Or is this for like a... Oh, okay, if you want like dotted lines, that's what it's for. So otherwise, just set it to 0. Then I'm going to show you, here is for the end caps for the points. So for example, if we click this, we have more pointed edges. I'm going to zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in. A Z. Or scale from center. I don't see any zoom in button, which kind of stinks. But anyway, if you look in the, I'm going to make this larger. You look in the top point here, I'm going to switch the end cap. So here we have a little bit of a curve, but now it's like really pointy. And this is kind of an intermediate. Scaling strokes. Not sure what that is. But there's one more tool here I want to go over as well with the strokes. Let's move this, and we can delete it with this garbage can on the bottom. Now I'm going to go back to my pen tool, And I'm just going to make a straight line like this. And I'm going to go to my tool, and I'm not going to finish it. So now it's just a single line. If we try to fill it with anything, it's not going to work because it's not an actual shape. But it still has a stroke. So I'm going to make it like a dark red, and then I'm going to increase the width of it. So there we go. Oh, I want it to be dark red, or let's make it normal red. And now we have these end caps here, but because we don't have, and it's not every point is connecting, we can actually change the end caps. So right now it's rounded. If we click this button, it is squared off. So now it's like a really, the edges are very sharp. But if I click on it again and click the round cap, now it's more, it's softer. This, on the other hand, I believe, okay, this is just testing like where we're actually cutting things off. So if I go here and see our point is actually in the middle of this stroke, right? There's a little bit of red on top of it. So what this is indicating is how quick do you want to cut off the line? Like this is as soon as we hit the middle of the point, we're cutting off the line. But here's like, it gives it a little bit of leeway. Not very important, but interesting to know. So those are the main tools. Let me actually, there's a couple others. Too bad there's no delete key here. So we have to go down this trash can. So I'm going to make a shape for now. So if I double click, we have different options. Like there's preset shapes. Like we can make a circle this way. We hold shift. It will make sure it's an actual circle, not an ellipse like this. So we can actually get a perfect circle. Oops. And then we can fill it in like usual, like going here. And what are we missing? Oh, here we go. So we have pre-default shapes like that, like the rectangles, squares. Just double click it and you'll find it. Now we have the pen tool. I'll show you one more thing. So say we have like a very complex shape like this. Okay. And we want to like fix it. Like I'm going to fill this in, give it a stroke, or make it like a orange, dark orange. Let me get a better one. Like, let's make it like a dark. Let's make it a dark red for the stroke. And exit out all this. So we have this shape here. We have 4 buttons next to the colors. So this one is to flip it vertically. So we go up and down, like we're literally flipping it over. Horizontally. And this is, okay, hold on one second. This is to center it. So for example, if we want this at the center of our page for a logo, we can click these two and it'll automatically center it. I think this one as well. Never mind. Yeah, so these are good positioning tools. You got your shape in the center. This one is transformation tools. So like we can scale this normally with our regular mouse. But if you want something more exact, we have these tools here to like increase the height, decrease the width, and so on. Rotate it, skew it even, so that'll make it like warped. And we can hide the visibility with the opacity of it. So these are more exact tools if you want really precise measurements. Object, we have, this is for layers. We only have one layer for now. So for example, if I make a circle, and make it like an ellipse here, I'm going to fill it in with blue, light blue. Oh, that's the stroke color, so make it like dark blue. Increase the stroke. Oops, I'm not actually selecting it, so I'm going to have to exit everything out and click it. Here we go. So let's make the stroke like a dark blue. Use the size and then fill it in the light blue. Whoops. Like this. Okay, so we have two different shapes on here. So now say we want the circle behind our funky shape. We're going to go to this object here, and we're going to select our circle, and we're going to go to bring behind. Whoops, that's bring forward. So now we can bring this forward, bring this behind if you want, wherever you want to position your objects. What is this? Brought to front, brought to back. So this is just more extreme versions. Like if you have a lot of objects, like you have to click this one at a time. But if you want this to be the definite front, just click like that, or the definite back. Flip. Okay, these are just other flip tools. Group. I guess these are group, ungroup. So I think if we select them together, this. Oops. I'm going to click this circle. Now click this shape. And I select them at the same time. Does it group them together? No. I don't know how to group things together, like make multiple selections. Maybe we just click the whole thing and now move it. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Clip mask. So maybe if we go like here, clip mask. Yeah, not sure. But we also have a line tool. So I'm going to select our shape. We can align them to different parts of the page. Let me just quickly check the stream. Unite. Yeah, these are more advanced tools, but here we have the layers, so they are grouped. Okay. Or wait, maybe not. If we open it. So maybe if we click ungroup. And now, oops, they're still on the same layer. So this is a better, we're going to want to use this like with all our software, like make sure we're organizing our shapes. So they're not just on top of each other. And here, for example, if we want our circle, if we know we definitely want it like this in this position and we don't want to alter it, we can click the little lock tool. So now we can't touch it at all. We can also use the eyeball to hide it. This actually hid the whole group. So this is why we maybe not want to put things on the same layers. So we'll actually make let's make an ellipse here and change the fill to say like a light green. Make sure I have this actually selected. Whoops. Here we go, like a light green. And we'll give it a dark green stroke. Not selecting it. It's going to be a frustrating thing to make sure you always have your shape selected. Okay. So now we have this on a different layer than the other two. So this will I imagine where we can move around separately. And let's see if we have the mask thing working. So firstly, we click this, clip mask. Nope, not working. Remove mask. Okay. But yeah, definitely get in the habit of every time you make a new shape or form to always use the make a new layer for it. Can we keep this open? No, we can't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, one more thing I forgot about the pen tool is, let me just delete everything, is that we can actually make rounded forms with this. So if I click, make a point, and now I'm going to click again, but hold, we can bend the line like this to make like curves. So when you make one curve, when you go to make the next line, it's automatically going to curve to the next angle. So I'm going to close it here. Here we go. And now when we go edit the points, we can edit these handles to change the curves around. like this. So you can make more organic forms as well, which would be helpful. Just make sure when you're making them, like I wouldn't recommend to have extremely long curves because then it can get out of control really quickly, like this stuff. So try to go for more points than less. So like this, for example, like if I'm making a half circle, maybe I'll go like this, and then for the next line I go like this, and then whoops, continue that. Now, then something like this. Well, actually, I made two, so my mistake. Yeah, so try to go for more like points because then you have better control over it. But yeah, I really like the simple layout of things. You actually do with a gradient because I tried that out in the beginning. Oh, and it saved my settings, so I like that as well for the colors. So let's try to do the gradient here. So I'm going to click the gradient tool. Ooh, that's cool. Now, how do I change the color? Maybe I'll double click it or. So I see it's black to like gray, but I want to know where can we get the color options for it? Because I would find it strange if we can only do it in like the grayscale. Is there any more things that appear like grayscale? Oh, up here. Maybe one of these things. Okay, so this is the like the bottom side. Okay, I click X, and how do I change this one? Oh, like here. Okay, so we actually have to make sure, like, if I click it, we can change the color like this. We got to make sure we're selecting the right one. So here's like, if I want to make this dark blue, this, it's a nice color. And now we can select the other one, and this is how we can change it here. Make this like a turquoise. Okay, so that's really nice. I like that gradient tool. Okay, I don't think the only other thing I'm going to do is the text tool before we make our project. So here, type something out, title, and we have fonts here like not a whole lot, which kind of stinks, but I'm seeing we can import fonts. So that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, not a whole lot. I'm not thrilled with these, but at least we can get our own. Wonder how that would work out though. But okay, we'll just make a title and we edit it up here, fill it out, so on, change the stroke. Okay, cool. I like it. Yeah, so I just wonder how to like, okay, we can change the font settings here. So like the size, the positions of stuff. What's this? Okay, arc spacing. I like this. Cool. So now we're actually going to build a project in here because I'm liking the layout, and I just want to see if we can import something. So import, that would do it, and downloads. Oh, it doesn't take that file. Okay. Because right now I found one online and it's an AVIF file. So I'm going to open it up. I do not want it in Krita. God. So a little sneak cheat I do is if I don't care about the quality of the image, because this is just going to be a template and we're going to be making shapes on top of it, we're just going to screenshot it and save it as a JPEG. So I'm going to go to Snap, or I have it saved down here. and new. And I'm just going to make a new one. Here we go. I'm going to save it to downloads. Bell logo. Very cool. Let me just check up on the stream. Right. Import. Perfect. So here's our logo here. I'm going to expand it outwards to let it fill up the screen. Whoops. I want it to be perfect dimensions, like this. Well, that's good enough. So here's a simple logo. Well, actually, here's the thing with logos. It looks simple, but it's always more complex than you think. Because if we look at it, it's just an L with a square behind it. But there's actually a lot going on here. Like we have this gradient, this line here that's like a gradient this way. And then this box here is like a gradient the opposite direction. And we have like the L pattern. We have this shading in here. So quite a bit of elements going on in here. So I'm just going to go to the layers and I'm going to lock this so we don't alter it. But I'm going to make a new layer on top of it and start our project. I think the first thing we're going to do is start with this L. So I'm going to go to our pen tool and I'm just going to shape around the L. Like, let's do it here with the white spaces are. Whoops. I gotta find a way to zoom in. I don't like this. Stream all right? Yep. You can see my big forehead, but also my beautiful smile. Copy tool, ribbon, draw. I don't see zoom in unless I'm missing something. Oops, no, I do not want to sign up. The reason why we're here is because it's free. Let me look that up. Just Vector Ink. Zoom in. Yeah, I can't see anything. That's so odd. This group snapping on and off. Okay. We're actually going to turn off snapping. This is going to help us now. Shadow layers. Okay, here's to change the document size. So this is fine right now. Support. So yeah, everything's around these buttons, which is cool. Yeah, no, it's kind of concerning. But regardless, we're going to keep going. Click the dot here. Make the next one. Oh, right here, here. So we're just going to go around this L. And we're pretty much just recreating it. I turned snapping off so it doesn't automatically put us in a spot we don't want to be in. So there we go. First thing I'm going to do is fill it. Let's use the eyedropper tool to get this color. Whoops, I did not do that. I'm going to make sure we select it. Then we're going to do the eyedropper tool. And now we filled it in. So the next thing we want to do is the stroke. We're going to make this stroke same color as this. And we're going to increase it. Let's see. One thing I don't like is the stroke is on the outside. So not a big fan of that. I wonder if there's a different way to change it. Stroke to path. Oh, here we go. Stroke to path. Whoops, I'm doing that too much. Here we go. If we kind of hide this layer, that's what it's doing. So I'm going to actually unlock this layer, and let's lower its visibility, or template. The reason why is so we have a better, clearer way of seeing what we're doing. Move this on top. Oops. And make sure we actually fill this in properly. Fill color. Well, that's for the stroke. Well, actually, no. What's going on here? Okay, I did something a little weird where it got rid of the fill. So I'm just going to delete this for now and do it over because I don't know what I did. So we're on a new layer. Go to the pen tool. This time, let's just actually try to get in the center. So here, this I don't like the snapping here. Here, yeah, I don't like the snapping. I thought I turned it off. Snapping on, snapping off, and then delete. Right here. It's still not working. Maybe that's just for movement. Okay, let's just make it and then we can edit it afterwards. So bang, bang, bang. Okay, so it looks like it's still snapping, but it really isn't. So that's kind of funky. So I'm just going to do it as best I can. Okay, and edit. Okay, so now let's go to the fill first, or the stroke first, because that's more important. Make it all black, and then increase the stroke width. Be a good idea to actually select it first. So yeah, there we go. And now let's make it bigger. And we're going to harden the edges like that. Okay. And now let's kind of move this around to get it to fit properly. Yes. Okay. There. Now we're on a roll. And then we'll just fill this up with white. So you can be very particular about it. I'm not. So I'm going to fill this in with white. I said fill it in, or we have to do this, and now we got it working. So there is our L. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is, if I go back to our layers and unlock this and bring back the visibility, layers, is that we have, this could get a little weird because we have the box going around the L. So what I'm going to do is actually kind of ignore this because this is a little complicated. So I'm going to just make the box behind the L by, okay, I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to make another layer behind our L. Let's drag it behind. Oops. Click and drag. So now the L is on top. I'm going to lock our L. And now I'm going to make a box. So double click to get to the box tool. I'm going to now make a box around here. So start here. Well, actually, let's just use this tool and then rotate it. So I'm going to go to a rotation tool for this. here. And let's rotate it around. Whoops. Go back. Now let's go to 45 degrees. Perfect. And we will move it here. So I really, the snapping is annoying. So yeah, now we got the snapping off. So let's actually make it in the center. So we have these buttons up here for that. And we're going to expand it a little bit, holding shift. This. There we go. Actually, no, we want it to be in the center. So this is good. So now let's do the color. So I'm going to do select it, then fill it in with all black. Exit out. And now for the stroke, because it's a gradient, let's first just get our blue, one of the blues. And then increase the stroke width like this. And now, how do we do the gradient for the stroke? We have this here. But again, how do you change the color of them? So I'm going to click stroke. We have a gradient. Let's make this red, or let's make it like a blue. Maybe we can use this tool here, but it's going to be the inside, not the stroke. That's what I was thinking. Like this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Click this. We have the eyedropper. But this is just a dark scale thing. We're figuring it out, dudes. We got this. No. This is for like a swatch. Scaling to strokes. Another thing. Okay, I got a solution. I got an idea. So first, let's take our square here, and we're going to get rid of the whole stroke. So exit, make the stroke nothing at all. And then let's shrink it a little bit, like change the points to get right in the center. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is actually duplicate it. So here we go, layer 5. Let me rename it to, excuse me, black square. Name black square, and then we got opacity in there, so that's good. Square. And name this to L, the big L. And then template layer. I don't know what this one is. Let's just delete it. So we have this. Let me go to options. And I wonder if we can duplicate it. Like settings, properties. No. I want to duplicate this. Maybe you can just Control D. The selected. No, I don't want to bookmark this. Maybe this way, Control D. No, Control Shift D. Yeah. Ooh, we figured it out. I did Control Shift D and we duplicated it. Very, very good. So I'm going to move this down below our black square, and we're going to call this outer loop square. So it's behind this one. Let me actually hide this. Our original black square. So now we have the outer blue square, which we're going to actually have a good name for because we are making it blue. Fill color. And we're going to increase the size of it. Right here. Already selected the right layer. Oh no, we're doing the outer. Yeah, here we go. Oh, we hit it. That's why. We had to hide this one. So here we go. We're going to increase the size of this. So remember, these are all vectors, so we can't lose quality with our images. So don't worry about that. Okay. And now we're going to do the gradient because we can do it here. So I'm actually just going to go here and straight up. This. And now let's change the color to this is going to be like a dark blue, bluish. Okay, and then this is going to be a light blue. Light greenish. Okay, so now if we just hide our template, oops, happened. Let's just hide everything. I want to go back to our blue square. Do we make everything all white? So here we go. Put this up. Okay. There we go. We'll make that like a cyan. And then we'll make this a darker blue, like this. Bada bing, bada boom. And oops, switch things around. Bang, and now I'm going to actually fix up our outer square, the points, so it actually matches up. Okay, that's good. I'm going to rename them because I did it on the wrong layer. So blue outer blue square, save, and black square. Bring back the L, and it's coming along. Let's go back to the template and hide our layers. So we also have this blue square in here that's also it's also a gradient. So what we can do is we don't have to rebuild everything. So I'm going to hide this again, and we just have our stuff here. I'm just going to duplicate these two and bring it to the center. So I'm going to select both, or let's just do one at a time. So Control Shift D. It's not working. This way. Control Shift D. Control Shift D. Not doing anything. But now it's not working. Control D. Alt Control D. Control Alt D. This one. Stand by. We're working this out. Uh-oh. Did I freeze the screen? I think we're frozen. No bueno. Hope I don't lose everything. Oh, let's go check to lose everything. Oh, let's save. We're going to try to save. So make sure you remember to be saving your files, unlike me. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Yikes, yikes. So at least I know it's this, it's glitching out. It's the vector ain't glitching out, not my computer, so we're going to wait a while. But yeah, meantime, I'm really liking the software. I think it's better than the other one that we're using yesterday. It's simple and easy to use, and we're getting good results. So I like that. We're coming up with solutions. So yeah, this is definitely number one right now, and it's free. That's good as always. Yeah, it stinks we're losing our logo, but at least we got decent progress. So all we had to do was make that square and continue onwards. I wonder though if I open up another tab of Vector Ink, will automatically save my file. Might work. No, because I didn't save it. Maybe if I refresh the page, let's see. Yikes. Okay, it's gone. Oh well. That happens. At least this wasn't a very important project. But yeah, stuff like that happens, and just gotta deal with it. But yeah, at least we were getting something cool there. You guys saw for a little bit. But let me open up that image again. Import. You see, we can make this work. Like we pretty much the next thing we're gonna do is make that little square here. We're just gonna flip that around. And then after that, the only other thing is like we could get these lines around the L, but that would have been a little tricky. And then get this shadow in here. And then we pretty much had the logo. So you see, it takes time, but you can get a really sweet result pretty quickly. So just in the meantime, let me just make a really bad L. So we can see the exporting options. Click. Fill it in with the stroke with black. And then fill it in with white. Delete the image. And yeah, so say this was just our really, really bad logo, or let's actually get a circle around it to be like, just a stroke, make that black, and increase the stroke width. Like this. Decrease increase the size. Say this was your company logo. Let's center it. This. And your company's name is like Losers Incorporated. That you're just that self-hating. Or Luigi's Incorporated. So this was your logo. So let's see if we export it. You have save. Select plan. Store unlimited. So it looks like you have to save it on here. Save monthly. You have to save it on the cloud. That kind of stinks. If you want to save a project, save, exit. Yeah. Dang. Well, let's see the exporting options. So where was that? You have a grid. That's cool. Let's just go to export, document, PNG, file type. So you're going to want it to be a PNG so it can be see-through. So PNG, make sure it's click transparent. Export bounds. Let's do document, which is going to be, it's going to export this whole page here. And then save. Bang. So now, say if I delete everything, and I were to import this to like a website, which has a background like this. Let's make it like a dark blue. That's a stroke. Select this and make this like a dark blue, or yeah, like we have a website that is off-white. You can see it like this. And we bring in our logo. You see now it's transparent. That the L is filled in, but the whole square is perfectly fine. Even if we change the document dimensions to say like 3000 by 3000. Okay. How do I zoom out now? Oh, we have the duplicate button down here. Select multiple. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of things here. Dang, 3000. Yeah, definitely like Alt Z. X? No. I'm seeing like a scroll option there before. Oh, okay. Hold Control and then scroll. Okay, so we have this massive canvas, and say we have this like our whole website here. And this is the size of our logo, very small, but because this is a vector, not a raster image, we can increase the size. Let's scale up perfectly. And it's not gonna, oh wait, hold on. It's a PNG, that's right. So it doesn't seem like, can we export stuff as a, let's just, what am I doing here? Oh, I bring it all in. Let's just make a new file. Don't save. Make some kind of shape like this. Stroke, red, crease. Oops. So say this is our shape here. Can we export this as an SVG? Okay, we can. Cool. So I'm going to bring it in now. Import graphic. Oops. Import graphic. Oh, we're bringing in multiples. think. Delete. Delete. Now we're going to bring it in. Okay, import SVG. Cool. Now we're going to make this document massive like we were doing before. Because I'm trying to show you guys like why SVG files are great. 3,000. Now I'm going to zoom out. We have this massive file, and if we click this and make it huge, the square, like we're going to try to fit it in. Not really getting the best example here. It's kind of foggy, but the point is when you save your logos as an SVG, the scale doesn't affect it at all. And that's the advantage of these logos of using vectors, is that it's never going to be blurry. I think I showed this in the last episode. Like, let's see, raster image versus vector. You see here, this would happen if you were to save it like as a JPEG or PNG or just draw it yourself, or it's a vector. You're going to have much clearer cuts. And you can fit on any scale. So that's why SVG and vectors are so much better and look a lot more professional. So yeah, I think that's all I got for Vector Ink. I'm liking this. The only thing that's frustrating is the doesn't look like you can save it. So that's a big whoop. You have to save you have to sign up to save, and it's not like a cheap price either. So that's kind of how do I put it? Sucked up all the air out of this. But at least you can export it fine. There's no limits there. So again, I like the controls, but yeah, just a couple frustrating things, like it froze and the zooming's a little weird. So I think this would be good if you're like making small graphics, like if you're making icons for a website or an infographic, this would be a good quick tool. Not for any major projects. Like if you're making a logo, if your logo is like very simple, I think it's a good idea if you already have an idea in your mind what you want it to be, and you're not designing it here, you're just making it. Like I had the L logo. Like imagine like, okay, I found this online. I just want to change the colors a little bit, like change some of the assets, and that's it. So you just make it, and then you save it, and that's it. You save it as your SVG and save it as a PNG as well. So you have two different files. But you know you're not editing afterwards. Just know, like, if you ever want to change the logo, you're going to have to remake it. But that shouldn't be a problem. Annoying, but it shouldn't be a problem because you shouldn't be changing your logo that much. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, better than the other software. Just again, little frustrations, especially the saving is really stinks. Overall, I enjoyed this. This is definitely still the top, but tomorrow I still got one more software to go with the vector-based stuff, and we'll make our decision there. This is not terribly important. Like I said, the only two things I can think of is icons and logos you can use this for. And after that, next week, we're going to be doing Premiere or some video stuff. Yeah. So that'd be exciting. We're going to be doing some video editing software, free stuff. So as always, guys, down here below here is my Instagram handle. Follow me at Mike Harden Brand, and I'll be posting an infographic every week for tools to help you with marketing and branding, as well as my threads as well. I post 3 times a day. Some general cool advice and insights. So definitely follow me here and keep following me for more content, more live streams. We got a long way to go. So a lot of good content coming. So thank you guys for joining in. Joining in as always. And we're going to wrap up. Before we go, excited next week I'm going to be posting videos. I'm already editing them. So 3 videos, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I've been filming them for quite a bit. So I got a little bit of stockpiles. Just got to release them. So trying to put out as much content as I can for you dudes. Want to help you dudes out as much as I can. So anyway, thank you dudes for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.